The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Welcome to GameShift. Tonight we have Paladins, Dex, Fallout Shelter, Lost Odyssey, and Darksiders. Join us. The show starts now. All right, so
hey everybody.
Yeah, tonight, I mean, I brought
bunch of stuff. Yep.
Bunch of things.
Starting off with Paladins.
Yep, and Paladins, I mean,
It's, yeah, but it
exactly
looks like an Overwatch clone.
Yeah. So it's like Overwatch, not even 1.0. It's like
Yeah, it's-
Overwatch 0.0. Like they took the whole graphic engine, just threw it in there and said, hey, here's our game.
Diet Overwatch.
Yeah. It's got some unique characters, which, I mean, Overwatch keeps bringing out new characters all the time anyway, but it's fun, but it's the exact same game. I even like walking with the, there's points in Overwatch where you actually have to guard something and walk it to a destination. Here too.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Well, they didn't have an original idea, and they just kind of
went with it.
hoping to sell and whatnot. So.
Yep, and I hate to bad mouth a game but I was expecting like something unique, something a little different.
Well, I mean, if you're not going to do original content and you're just going to essentially clone something, then You
see this? Like, you have to escort that moving contraption and guard it to the destination, which you had to do in Overwatch.
Yeah.
And that was a unique idea for Overwatch. And now, I mean, I don't know. It just, if I didn't say this was Paladins, you would think that this was Overwatch.
It has a very similar look and feel to it. So, yeah. And who's the production company on this one?
That's High Res Studios.
Yeah, and have they done much of anything else?
Not that I know of. I mean, they have done other games. I recognize the name, but I don't know what else they've done.
Yeah.
But this is just...
Yeah, no points for them.
Yeah, so I mean, I gave it 5 phalanges because if you don't have Overwatch, get Paladins, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, Blizzard worked really hard on Overwatch, and they made like a ton of original stuff that was in that, and different powers for each character, which this has as well, and I don't know. It's just a perfect clone.
Somebody turned into a chicken.
Yeah, that's unique. I can turn them into a chicken. That's my power. But it's just a special power.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I played it for a little bit. It's sort of fun.
Sort of fun?
Yeah, you're just sitting there like, well, I'm playing Overwatch.
Gotcha.
So there is like, each character has different powers from Overwatch, but it's the same type of feel, same type of thing where you have like a primary fire, secondary, and a special power. It's all the same.
Yeah. So no real innovation here, sadly.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe people just get it for something similar.
Yeah, you
Because
never know.
Overwatch is really good. Overwatch is doing really well. Maybe someone wants something.
Maybe people just hate on Overwatch and like this because it's not Overwatch, even though it's Overwatch.
Exactly. Even the start, when you see me waiting to like hop out and the barricade just barricades you in there until the mission starts. Overwatch does it the exact same way.
I don't know.
So yeah, it's nothing new.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate.
I know, I agree. I was like, oh wow, I get to try this Paladin game and let them know what I think, and this is great, because it's not even out yet. It's just, this is like the beta.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, all right, yeah.
Have you sent anything or put anything in the forums going?
I haven't sent anything yet, because I feel bad.
You might want to do that.
I know.
Anytime you're involved in an early access game, you definitely want to send messages or forum reports to the developers, because that's how we get good games and not
It's not
duplicates.
I mean, at this point, it's not like they're gonna say, "Yeah, we better not release this."
Yeah. Boy.
So I don't know. I feel bad. I mean, I want all video game companies to do well, but they have to use their imagination, come up with original
some
ideas.
of them just don't get it.
Do something different.
Yep.
But this is basically it. Your shooter and
Yep.
different abilities, each character. I chose the character here that was also like, I can't think of his name now. The little squirrel guy from PlayStation. Oh, well. But anyway.
Yep.
This character's kind of like him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, man.
Oh, well.
See, this is like I'm getting ready to go out into the
Yep.
level, and this is what you do in Overwatch. Then you wait for the door to open and you can run out.
Gotcha. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Dex.
Yes, Dex has been out for a little while. It's a good game. It's
Side scroller.
Yep, and I gave it 7 phalanges.
Nice.
Which is decent.
No,
I mean,
it's
for a
definitely a decent
2D
game.
side scroller. It's a lot like one of those games where there's a little RPG element to it. You got to go into it. You got to up your skills. You got to get, right now I'm not even much of a cyborg. So
Yep.
the guy's like, oh, you got to go find this guy and you got to get your cyborg parts. And it's not as clearly laid out for you as some games. So you have to like backtrack and figure things out,
Gotcha.
talk to people.
Gotcha.
And it is, I ended up having
scared of
fun. I
pigeon.
played it for quite a while.
Back alleys.
Yeah, and you go
Avoid
to
the
different
dog.
areas. The areas aren't huge.
Oh,
Like,
talk to me.
yeah, I know. Talk to this guy. You could tell you had to talk to him. Signaling you with an exclamation point.
If only that were easy in real life.
I know, yeah. I have to talk to that guy to get the job done.
There you go. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So yeah, definitely looks like some role-playing aspects. Is it relatively intuitive, or is there a lot of trial and error?
Trial and error,
Okay.
too, yeah. And go to different areas, find out what's there, and try to remember, someone will say, oh, he's at the pharmacy. So you got to be like, where was the pharmacy?
Yep.
Yeah, and you can fight, like, right
Apparently
in
you
the
tried fighting the
screen.
wall.
I ran into the wall. But people will get upset at you, and then they'll challenge you, or you'll bump into people who are bad in this
Yep.
area, and they'll fight you. And you have punch, block, and kick. That's it.
Yay!
And it is difficult. It does have some element of strategy to the fighting.
Good.
Because you might have to block, punch, block, punch, block, punch.
Gotcha. It's all good. Freebie off of Xbox Gold, or
Not yet.
Nope.
No,
Okay.
this one's not. But one of the ones that we're doing today is.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you. Well, that's coming up. Darksiders is the freebie for this
Gotcha.
one. This one is still, I think, $15. Yeah.
$15 isn't bad for a game if you can get a good number of hours out of it.
Right. Yeah, and this one looks like it is huge.
Okay.
This
Good.
is a tiny little area. And this is just the demo.
Yep.
It's a small little area of the whole game.
Again, so long as you can get enough hours of play out of it, you should be all good. And 7 phalanges is definitely, it's playable.
It's decent, yeah.
Yeah.
Not the worst,
Nope.
not the best.
Not everything can be the best. If everything were the best, then everything would be mediocre.
I know. So, I mean, and then you get these parts, there's a lot of text in it.
Yep.
And
If it's a role-playing game, again, that's going to happen, so all good.
I have to click the button eventually. But
Maybe-
anyway,
maybe
like
not.
this is the pharmacy where you probably have to talk to the guy, you get your
Yep.
skills, and then you can modify your skills, you can do all kinds of different things in it. That aspect of it I haven't fully gotten into yet.
Yep.
But there's a ton.
Good.
So
A lot of customization for your character. Good, good, good.
exactly.
Like to see that.
Yeah, and we can move on next to Fallout Shelter.
Fallout Shelter, yeah, this one's been out actually for a while for as a phone app for both Android and iOS. And it actually predated the Fallout game by, I want to say, about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
To kind of build up some anticipation. For any of you who have played Fallout before, you get to run your very own shelter. And you can number it, I think, 0 through 1,000. And you are your overseer, and you're controlling the population. You'll send people out into the wasteland trying to find resources and defeat evil things. And you get rewarded with lunch boxes and pets and all sorts of stuff. And it will reward you new characters and look, junk, duct tape, and caps. Hey, we got some currency. And we got a pistol, nice. And somebody's phone is still on. And look, comedian outfit, very nice.
No, that was the junk unlock.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude.
But a lot of microtransactions on the game. If you choose to do so, you don't have to do any microtransactions in this game at all. You can build the shelter. I think it's 20 or 30 levels down. So there's actually quite a lot to build. This is very early stages, maybe 10 minutes into play, where I have living quarters, I have a power generator, a diner, and a water treatment plant. And that's it so far.
You have to be careful where you build those, because
have to be very careful about where you build them.
Yep.
You can expand them, you can upgrade them. I just expanded the power facility. I have not upgraded anything yet, so we're generating minimum amounts of power and food and water so far. And if you screw things up, you will get fires and disasters in your shelter. You will get attacks by raiders and worse, potentially.
Everything's in the shelter.
Everything's
too.
in the shelter.
Everything that happens in life that would happen in the shelter is in this game.
Is in the shelter. It's actually really addicting. And
there's mating.
Yep.
And then you have kids, and
Yep.
you have to tell them what to do. Or
Yep.
It's a very interesting game.
But this is now available for the PC as well. Still a free game. You don't have to pay a thing for this, which is really, really nice. But be warned, it is a little bit addicting, and before you know it, you could end up spending 5 or 6 hours just playing it without really batting an eyelash, which happens really doggone quick. Here's just kind of a, hey, we want you to buy stuff. I don't want to buy stuff, so don't have to. The microtransactions are, relatively speaking, affordable. They start at 99 cents, but again, you don't have to do anything microtransaction-wise in this game to actually have fun and go to the end of the game, unlike a lot of games where it's pay to actually complete the games.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So, same makers of Fallout, Bethesda Softworks did a really good job with this. I gave this one a 9 phalanges out of a possible 10 because it's really lots of fun, and it's terribly addicting, unfortunately. You have to put the right people in the right places so they do a better job. Yep. Otherwise, they're going to sit idle and they'll get unhappy. We've got our happiness up to 71%. Woohoo! We've got 13 people in the shelter. Yay! We're running a little low on power, but we've got plenty of food and water, and you can actually try and get things done faster. I think I'm going to try right here, see if this works. And did we complete it? Yes, we did. Nice. There's little mini quests like collect 100 power. I'm at 65 right now. And that will give you rewards like more caps or lunch boxes or stuff like that, which is kind of nice. I'm going to equip a piece of equipment onto one dweller because we're going to send our first dweller out into the wasteland and see what kind of trouble he can get into.
It is interesting.
It is lots of fun.
I played it on the phone. It's on everything now. Xbox
Darn near
One,
everything,
PlayStation 4, PC, and the phone.
It's definitely lots and lots of fun. They give you hints along the way, so if you're not sure what to do, it'll point you in the right direction the first couple times, and after that, you're on your own. But yeah, definitely a fun game. If you've never given any of the Fallout Shelter or any of the Fallout games a chance, check this one out. It should be lots and lots of fun. But I am not responsible for the amount of time you end up spending playing this. It's a life sucker. Build a little storage room so we can get more stuff. Put it right there. There you go. And we'll move someone down into the resource area. Yay! So they can monitor stuff. But you'll have radiation hazards. You'll have mole rats come through. You'll run out of power and water if you screw stuff up.
Oh, yeah. If you have too many people and you don't expand your water facility, you get dry very quickly.
Yes, it's not a good thing. Going to send this out.
People become very unhappy pretty quickly, too.
Pretty doggone quickly as well, yep. Send him out, and that's basically Fallout Shelter. So next up, Last Odyssey. Lost Odyssey, not Last.
Lost Odyssey.
Lost Odyssey.
It should have been, because it didn't come out with a sequel yet. But
that's okay.
Yeah, this is basically me just fighting one of the big machines at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You can't win like right away, so you'll see I get hit a lot, and that's not just me this time.
You're attacking a machine with a sword.
Yeah, a machine with a sword and fire. Flamethrowers on the side.
Well, congratulations, you're on fire.
I'm dead again. But since it's the beginning of the game, it's a little forgiving. So it's just teaching you the mechanics of the game. And there is strategy, like I can't hit the flamethrower on the left twice. The first time it'll hurt it, the second time it will not because it's prepared. And then you gotta go. So you gotta alternate.
Holding
the
your
sides.
sword in a different position protects you. I don't think the sword is as big as you think it is, or it's made of like some super absorbing asbestos or something.
I know. It should have been the size of like clouds in Final Fantasy VII where you can hide behind it.
No kidding.
But no, it's a very good game. Like the graphics were top notch when it they're not bad now.
Yeah.
But when it first came out, it was
you
like,
did 2 points of damage to it.
This is an Xbox 360 game too. Yeah, like I said, I just hit that side twice in a row. So the first time, it takes some off. You got to alternate the sides.
Yep.
I don't know why I didn't. I must have got confused.
So, ooh, 55 points of damage. Very nice.
There we go.
Aww.
But there's
You
like,
partially disarmed it.
you know, there's things you can do. You walk around the world. You don't just go from one area to the next automatically. You can walk around and you
And you just got crushed to death.
I did. Keep on killing me.
Having a wee bit of a hard time with this, aren't you?
Yeah, this is. It's just for show, really. It's you're never gonna get through this without dying a couple of times because it's like you don't know what to expect. Plus, your character's not leveled up.
Yep.
There's interesting things in this game where you can actually put like you have rings, and then you have what's called the ring power.
Yep.
And what was so different about this game when it came out? So you can play it as a role-playing game, but then all of a sudden when you start attacking another character, the ring will appear here. And then it'll focus in on the ring, and you have to like click the button right when the ring is on it.
Yep.
So you get good, excellent, or poor rating depending on how close you get to the pattern, and that's how much damage you'll deal to the other character.
Interesting.
It sounds kind of difficult, but once you get used to it, you start mastering it. It's awesome, and it adds a whole nother level to the role-playing game. So yeah, these guys are the bad guys.
Nice hats.
Yeah, I don't know what's with this game with the uniforms, but even the good guys have these big giant hats.
Interesting.
So this is like just setting the game up a little bit. He's like a warrior that just survived through this huge traumatic event, and then this happens, and he survives this traumatic event, and nobody knows how he did it.
Yeah.
So now every time you see someone on a train or in the town, they're like, hey, you're the guy that survived a giant meteor hitting the earth, and you were right underneath it. Nobody else survived. How did you do it? And he doesn't want to talk about it. So I don't get the whole, I didn't get this game all the way through yet.
Yep.
So I'm going to play it now and see how it pans out. But it's a good story. The interactions are awesome. The CG animations are good. Just walking around the level's good. The role-playing element is awesome. I mean, there's nothing. I gave it a 9 and it's an Xbox 360 game. This is not free to download, but it's backwards compatible.
Yep.
So I would say it's $20 or under.
Well, it's not terrible for a game.
And I owned it.
Yep.
Oh, it was free for a certain amount of time, but I think it's not anymore.
Gotcha.
So I owned it and then I downloaded it.
Yeah. Definitely has an interesting look to it.
Yeah, and it's Mistwalker Games. They make most of the role-playing games back then. Like they licensed them and brought them to America. You never heard a lot about this game until it released, and then everybody was like, "Oh, it's so good, it's awesome," and like they just released it under the radar, and it was like one of the best.
There you go. Darksiders.
Darksiders, yes. This is a game that was actually re-released for the Xbox
Oh, those are
One.
interesting looking. Oh.
Yep. This is
That's
a
a sword.
story about the Four Horsemen. This one's war. This is his story. Then they came out with Darksiders 2.
Yep.
And that one, I forget which one that one was about, but they're supposed to have 4 episodes, and they only released the 2 so far.
Yep.
So then they re-released a special edition of each one on Xbox One with better visuals, higher poly counts, stuff like that, better lighting effects.
Nice.
This is actually not the redone version. They made it backwards compatible so you could just play through it again if you had it. So, and this is the Xbox Gold Game of the Month, so you can download it for
There you
free.
go. Free is good. Free is always worth checking out.
Yeah, and it's a good game. I played it through. I played it from start to finish, both of them. So both of them are actually not free, but both of them are backwards compatible.
Good.
2. I'm hoping that they get enough funds to make a third one and a fourth one, so they finish the story.
That would be nice.
It was a lot of expectations about. I guess they had high expectations about how they'd sell. They did all right, but they never released the third and the fourth because they didn't think it was so popular. Then people demanded it, and they made the remake, and it did pretty good. So hopefully we'll see the end someday.
Very nice.
He gets tricked into this large battle that they get into, and 4 horsemen are supposed to all come together, and he's the only one that showed up.
Everyone else is still on lunch break.
Exactly, yeah. He's wondering why no one else is there, and you get good story, good cinematics. I like the game. It's hack and slash pretty much, but there's more to it than just that, and you upgrade your skills as you get along. You get more powerful. Decent game. I gave it a 8.
That's not too bad.
A little bit above a 7.
Yeah.
So
it is a little bit above 7. 8 is higher than 7. Yeah, very good.
A little bit above, like, I only give it a better rating than like Dex, because like this game's actually a 3D world that they did pretty well. The graphics are good.
Yeah.
Kind of
no respect for people's property. Just threw that car.
Reminds me of like a Crackdown type game. Like it's got the same type of world as that. Less of a free roaming. You're more on a steady path. You can see there's no. I can't go like.
Yeah, it's a fixed path.
Definitely leading me in a direction.
Oh, there's the next angel you have to fight. It's a boss angel.
They did pretty good. I mean, it's a decent game. I just wish that they would finish the story. I hate when people are so ambitious. They're like, we're going to make 4 games out of this one.
And then it doesn't happen. He Ozzy'd it. Pulled his head right off.
Yeah, it's a little. It is M for mature.
Yep.
Definitely. It's a lot of CG. Like, you're not seeing me play a lot here, but
yeah,
there's a lot of playability as you get further into it. You get your story. You get sent back to Earth to figure out what's going on, but then they restrict your powers. Definitely, it's a good story to go through.
nice.
I like it when they do that. They make a good game with a good story, single-player mode.
Yep.
I like single-player a lot.
Yeah, as do I.
Too many people focus on the multiplayer. I like single-player with the multiplayer option. Like my favorite game, Ghost Recon Wildlands. It is still like, you can play that game and you can be playing, and then if you choose if you want to jump in with another player, you can just at any point.
And then you can
say,
accidentally
hey.
shoot him.
Yep. You can do whatever you want in that game. Some of the new interesting releases this week were Lego Undercover.
Yep.
Lego City Undercover came out. And Enter the Gungeon. Have you heard of that?
I haven't seen that one, no.
I've heard of it a lot, but I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. It's $15. It's supposed to be a good game. Everybody who rates it very highly, and that came out as well.
Nice.
And then Bulletstorm comes out tomorrow, which is a first-person shooter that I played, and it was I probably would have given that a 5, the original. The new one's supposed to be like the better graphics and more advanced. But I looked at the preview for it, and it looks like a completely different game. I'm like, wow. And you can be Duke Nukem in it.
Oh, goodness.
With all the one-liners included for free.
Yeah. That'll be interesting.
We'll throw those in for free.
I'm not sure you want those thrown in for free.
Yeah.
That could be dangerous.
So we might see some of those next week. I don't
right.
know if I can, but we'll
We'll
see.
wait and see.
Yep.
Haven't got a clue what's coming out on the PC side next week. I'll have to take a look at what's coming up.
Yep.
But worst comes to worst, we'll always have something.
Definitely. So I'm thinking of anything else. I think Microsoft might have announced something on Project Scorpio today that I missed. But I'm sure they released the hardware specifications and all that.
We'll wait and see. Yep.
Get amped about it. I'm amped about it only because, you know, I did not buy the Xbox One S because I'll just wait for the next big system that's an actual, not just an upgrade, but a whole new system. So wait for that. You know, if you can find a Nintendo Switch, get it just for Zelda. Just for Zelda.
A little overkill, but okay.
They're coming out with some other games that are good,
are.
but I'm not going to get it just based on one game. No. Just for me, it doesn't make sense. I never play a handheld system, like I said, but I mean, if you're into Zelda that much and you want to pay $300 to play Zelda, do it.
Some people do.
But I heard that the Zelda game, I've watched people play it. I've been watching it a little bit because I like to watch like other people play systems that I don't have, and definitely Zelda is a 10 out of 10. It took everything that Zelda was and just took it to a whole nother level.
Nice.
I want to play that game eventually.
You'll get there.
I'm waiting for the Wii U to come down in price because the Switch came out.
Yep.
And then if I could pick up the Wii U very cheap, maybe I will someday.
Fair enough.
But we'll see. I have to have extra money in the pocket for that.
Yeah. I hear that. Budgets are kind of tight right now.
Killing me too.
Yep.
So.
I guess that's it for today, Sam.
Definitely, yep.
Yeah. All right.
We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
Catchphrase.
Something, 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 dark side.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.